Hello everybody, I am Abdullah Khouya. Today we will talk about the average rate of change. First of all, what are today's objectives? Firstly, we will determine the average rate of change. Secondly, we will learn about the average rate of change formula. Last but not least, solve and understand the example. Now, what is the average rate of change? In algebra, you learned that the slope between any 2 points on the graph of a linear function represents a constant rate of change. For a nonlinear function, the slope changes between different pairs of points, so we can only talk about the average rate of change between any 2 points. The units on a rate of change are output units per input units. The average rate of change between two input values is the total change of the function values in brackets input values divided by the change in the input values. Let's dig deeper into this subject by knowing what's the definition of the average rate of change, what's the secant line, and what is the formula for calculating the average rate of change. In words, the average rate of change between any 2 points on the graph of f is the slope of the line through those points. Those points are clarified on the example model on the right side of this picture. In geometry, the line through 2 points on a curve is called a secant line. The slope of a secant line is then denoted by m secant. This red line demonstrates the secant line that cut through the graph 2 times. In symbols, the average rate of change on the interval x1 and x2 is m secant equals f of x2 minus f of x1 over x2 minus x1. Now we have an example. Example on average rate of change. Find the average rate of change of f of x equals negative 3x cubed plus 3x on each interval. The first interval is negative 2 and negative 1. Now, we will use the slope formula to find the average rate of change of f on the interval minus 2 and minus 1. We will use this formula to determine the average rate of change. Now, this is f1, this is f of x1, and this is f of x2. We will substitute this is x1 and this is x2. Sorry. We'll substitute these two intervals on the function. So f of x2, which is negative 1, minus f of x negative 2, which is negative 2, we will substitute in the equation. We will end up with negative 2 minus 2 over negative 1 minus the negative 1, which is negative 1. The average rate of change of this function on this interval is negative 4. That's it for today. I hope you learned about the average rate of change. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Until then, goodbye.